Alright guys, I'm going to show you here how professionally you can install a soundbar, and it's going to be a couple elements that you need to follow. Now if you really want to become one of the best, you need to learn how to do some cable management. In this situation, it was quite a bit of a trouble right here with so many cables, and many were not even in use, so I was able to remove them. Now probably you're asking yourself, wait, how you know what to remove? To begin with, many of them, they are not even connected to anything. Sometimes they are just an extra HDMIs, and sometimes they are extra Ethernet cables that that are technically not plugged to anything, so you're able to remove them. Now here I'm going to show you what exactly you're going to need in order to achieve this successfully. Now here we're going to start with some zip ties. Now it's going to be a big selection, and I'm going to just straight out telling you the one that you need is, I recommend the 14-inch. They're like a pretty solid choice because they're like long enough for many applications, especially in this situation that we need to put the router right behind the TV stand, because it looks unappealing. Like when it's right above the TV stand, it doesn't exactly look good. I always like to put it like behind. It's still the reception of the signal, it's not much of a difference, but looks so much better. Now the other zip ties that you're going to need is the 4 inches. Those pretty much will be holding all those cables together, so it's not like everywhere. Now here's another important element, and I will strongly suggest that you order this one. It's like zip tight mount. Now those are pretty crucial for a very clean installation. Now here's what I'm going to show you how I did mine. I had to cut them in half in order to be able to push the cable all the way to the corner, but I will show you here in a second. Now another important thing, do not forget to clean behind. You're already there, so may as well make sure that it's nice and clean for your client. Now I own one of those flush cutters for the zip ties, but like it's definitely $22. That's quite a bit of money. So this one is for $547, and I was looking a second option for you guys, but it has a lot of like 21,000 reviews, and it's almost pretty much is 4.5 stars. So I highly recommend you to get those. Man, you're gonna be pretty happy because it's gonna be so much simpler to cut those extra, the extra amount of zip tie that you don't need. As you see right there in that photo, that's the perfect example right there. Now after all that hard work and you're back killing you, now you can see the final result. Now it looks super clean, and as you see the boxes are attached to the TV stand, so it's not hanging or anything, and they're pretty secure. Now you can see the before and after here, and you can see how massive the difference is, and it's so much easier to put the TV stand back when you're ready. Now here's going to be the soundbar mount, and technically it's only 2 screws that hold them, like both of those pieces together, and then you have to put those 2 screws on those Sonos Arc Ultra. Now if you follow the instructions, you pretty much will see like how everything goes together, but like every soundbar like bracket is normally have the same principles. I mean, it's not gonna like change a whole lot, and we need to add 3/4 inch plywood in order to bring it up, and in order to install the bracket. But if you see in the wall, it's like recessed because the wainscoting. So pretty much I'm gonna make sure I use my level and make sure everything is just because it has to be level. So once we have that, then we can put, you see the 3/4 inches, it will bring the surface forward, so we can put the speaker, the soundbar, because the soundbar is wider. If it's the speaker, maybe the soundbar will be at the same length of that little recess area right there, as you see. I mean, probably I don't have to do this, but it wasn't a problem at all. So I technically was putting the bracket in that same plywood as you see right there. I just put the bracket, and I kind of like just circle it with the pencil, and so I knew where to put the screws, and I pre-drilled the screws first without the bracket, and then I put the bracket, so it will be easier to install. So basically here now I try to like just plug pretty much the power cable for the soundbar, and if you see, I was just kind of like fishing like the cable right there, try to like plug it in, and after that I was able to plug it on the soundbar and be able to just clip it with those little 2 screws in the back that you remember that we inserted in the back of the speaker. So that's how they're clamping in. Again, whatever soundbar that you're installing pretty much is going to show you, or going to have instructions how to do it, but it's technically the same principles. As you see right here, I want to make sure that cable is out of the way. It is not hanging or anything, because the most important part of the installation is like hiding the cables. As you see right there, I'm wrapping that black cable with that gray tape, so it blends with the back of the wall, which is gray as well. I mean, that's the color of the paint. Now I cut the zip tight mount in half, and as you see right there, it has so much better fitment, so it doesn't come out and looks hideous. Obviously, like you want this to be kind of almost to disappear. But as you see in that shot, you see I put that one of them on the very top and I put the other on the very bottom, so where you cannot see it, make sure the TV stand is high enough in order to cover that. Now I noticed a problem with the TV stand, but the TV stand was kind of a little heavy, so I got my biking arm in order to like kind of like prop it up, you know, like jack it up. And as you see right there, that padding was very off, and the only problem with this is that they try to like slide that piece of furniture, is that TV stand, that which is heavy, it will scratch the wooden floor. So I really want to prevent that from happening. Now I don't use that biking arm a whole lot, but when you need it, man, it saves the day, honestly. So now here I'm going to show you how I installed pretty much the router behind the TV stand. As you see right there, I put the zip tie to mounts. So I put one of the zip ties. Actually, I connect two zip ties together, you know, in order to get an extra length and be able to wrap it around the router. As you see right there, it looks so much better and it's out of the way. And I just clean my area and you see how nice and clean it looks. So you see how important can be that cable management. You see the before, and then you will see the after. Way different. Now again, guys, we need to go the extra mile, remember? So make sure that you have a microfiber that is brand new or pretty much super clean, and then just tap it with a little bit, very little amount of water, nothing else, and just wipe it up pretty much everything, like the TV most likely, because that's the thing, it kind of like they will see the picture, and the soundbar for whatever fingerprints that you left behind, and make sure that you vacuum everything. Now look at this. This is the final result, and just tell me if this is not looks stunning. Amazing. Everything is out of the way. We don't see any cables. The installation is super clean and super professional. And just look at this, man. It's just like you feel proud when you finish a job like this. You just smile because you know it was something done properly, and the extra work and extra effort was worth it. Alright guys, if you learned something or enjoy the video, don't forget to like the video. If you're going to continue watching my content, it's going to be to the left or to the right of the screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.